Sakamoto Days is a masterpiece. Here's why. This manga is about a hitman, the most skilled and the most dangerous to ever live, Taro Sakamoto. One day, this legendary assassin falls in love and gives up that life for good. He gets married, has a kid, and now runs a convenience store with his wife. All is good. He promises his wife he would never take another life again. However, Sakamoto discovers that he has a bounty placed on him. He now has to protect his friends and family from hordes of assassins and other no-good scoundrels of the crime world. This manga is so much fun. If you love action movies, TV, manga, or anime, this is a must-read. The story is simple but enjoyable. The characters are great. The fight scenes incredibly well choreographed. I mean, in the first chapter, Sakamoto is just chilling with a cough drop in his mouth, and a bullet is shot at him, and he counters that by spitting the cough drop out of his mouth, and it deflects the bullet. Ka-ching! Bounces off the bullet, and then flies right back into the bag of chips. I mean, what a great start to the story. It shows you're going to be in for one hell of a ride. Let me tell you, it's great. You can tell how much Yuto Suzuki. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. Like, oh my god, but why am I acting like as if he's gonna watch this? Anyways, the author of this manga was inspired by action movies. By the way, he draws fight scenes. Like, it's pretty much like John Wick on steroids. People are flying through buildings, whoa, getting punched through walls, holding up entire buildings. Like, the fight scenes are so great because Sakamoto uses everything around him as a weapon, making it always a joy to see what the fuck he comes up with to whoop someone's ass. It's beautiful. There are times where he pictures killing someone because they're annoying him or pissing him off, and it kind of gives you that thought of, well, this guy could just snap back into his old self at any moment, and it kind of leaves you guessing if he will break his promise to his wife. Like, you're like, oh shit, I mean, he could, it's good stuff. A character Sakamoto meets early on becomes kind of like a secondary main character. He's a telepath and a newbie assassin. His name's Shin, and they have great banter between each other. And the Sakamoto kind of teaches him, and he's kind of like a father figure throughout the story. And Shin, being able to read minds is done in kind of a more grounded way. He's not like a fucking Professor X or some shit. He uses it. It's not over the top. He uses it very in a clever way. Shen is pretty decent. He's grown on me throughout the story so far, but overall he's pretty okay. But the main stars of this manga, let me tell you, are the assassins and the assassin world. Ooh, it's crispy. They have this code of honor where they believe normal people or civilians should be able to live their normal lives and not get involved with the assassins doing their assassinations, making the assassins try to avoid committing collateral damage as best they can. Of course, these guys aren't necessarily good people, but they're the lesser of two evils compared to the other villains in this manga. Ooh. The main organization the assassins operate through is known as the JAA, which stands for the Japanese Association of Assassins. And the strongest members are known as the Order. And the Order is composed of Nagumo, a crafty goober who has a giant Swiss army knife made up of multiple weapons like blades and axes. He's always unpredictable, and stuff gets good when he is on the page. It's like, oh boy, oh damn. Then you got Shishiba, who is probably my favorite Order member, just rocking the stylish suit and 2 claw hammers, and he's just willing to kill someone over just putting onions in his food. The bro hates onions, bro. I can't blame him. Nah, I'm just kidding. I like onions too. Then you got Osaragi, I think that's how you pronounce Osaragi. She's cool. She carries around a giant buzzsaw, and you know she's always hungry and she's shy and she's like, but she'll just.
What's wrong with you?
And then there's Takamura, who is the oldest and probably the scariest member. Just using a sword, and this dude just like cuts through the leg of a tower like it's nothing. It's like what? And lastly, you got Hio, being one of the assassins who are not really talented, but they make up for that by going to the gym, smashing the weights, and getting just uber strong, just goosh crazy, absolutely crazy. But my favorite character out of the whole story so far has got to be this menace, Gaku. Fucking Gaku is crazy. Dude is so cool. He just relies on pure strength and martial arts skill, while also wielding a giant mace that has like a rail gun attached or like built into it. It's insane. It's crazy. When it comes to world building, Sakamoto Days does a really good job. It's pretty similar to John Wick in a way, where there are rules that the JAA must adhere to. There's an arc where Sakamoto and friends have to go through a training course to get to the JAA. It delves more into assassination stuff and like the history of the assassination world, like assassins that were either kicked out of the order or just denied like being a part of the order. It's cool. It's cool stuff. Honestly, the characters are what keep me coming back to read this manga. I mean, Sakamoto is a great protagonist and has a similar code to Batman, where like the whole time you're kind of wondering, is he gonna break it? You know, his code. Is he gonna break his promise to his wife? You know, throughout the story, it's like adds a little bit of tension. You know, it's cool. It's good. It's good stuff. You've got fun and interesting villains, great action, some ha-has. Overall, a great time. And this story, I gotta say, is definitely a masterpiece so far.